everybody, so I've tried to film this video so many times already and it just hasn't been working. I'm getting tongue-tied, it's been rambling, I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna try to get this video up as quickly as I can. I'll try to go through it all. I actually have a bunch of products to show you. This is actually a haul on all of the products that I recently got for the holiday season. So I'm gonna not ramble and just get right into it. The first product I got is the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. This was a gift to me. I was super excited for this because I do have the first two, and I really wanted to try this out because it seemed very different from the original two. This is what it looks like. It has a lot of the more rosy tones, and it really is a palette that I wasn't super excited about in the sense where I didn't know if it would be a palette I could use every day, since it does have a lot of that more pinky rosy tones to it, and on me I find a lot more like golds and warm tones look better on me, but it actually is a palette that I feel anybody can pull off. It's an amazing palette, super buttery eyeshadows. It does come with, if I can get it out for you, it does come with a double-ended brush, a stiff concealer brush on one side, and then more of like a fluffy shader brush on the other. So I absolutely love it. They are high quality eyeshadows. The brush is high quality. It's just an all-around amazing palette and would really recommend it if you can get your hands on it. I was super happy to get it as a gift, so thank you to my mom who actually went to Sephora on the first day because she heard me talking about it for like weeks before it actually came out, and she just wanted to make sure that I was one of the first people to get it, since she knew from what I was saying that it was really highly anticipated and that it would be sold out. So thank you to her for getting me this because I absolutely love it, and it's actually one of my favorite palettes. Then the next palette, or actually really quick before I mention that, it did come with a eyeshadow primer booklet. So it came with these samples of 4 of their primers. It comes with the original, the Sin, the Eden, and then anti-aging primer. So I really do like this. The only thing is because they're samples, I have to keep them in the like Ziploc baggie just because I don't want them to dry out or get any bacteria in it. But I absolutely love them, and it was a good way for me to try out the Sin and Eden and even the anti-aging primer potion, because the only one I've tried is the original. So it was really nice to try out the other ones that they have to offer. And then I also got, and this is actually, I'm just going to show you this first, but I got the Urban Decay primer potion in the anti-aging. This, I believe it came with the Vice 2 palette, that or she actually picked this up if she saw it on the side for one of the Sephora perks, like one of their 100-point perks. This is actually the Urban Decay anti-aging eyeshadow primer, just like the squeezy tube one. I absolutely love this. It's super buttery. I really do like it. It's very creamy, and I find that it works better on drier lids. I have very dry skin, but I do get oily eyelids, so I actually really do like it because even though I do have oily eyelids, it does still work on me, and it does smooth out the dry skin that I do have sometimes on like my brow bone. So I really do like it and will recommend it. And I'm not sure if it came with the Vice 2, so I'm not sure if you can get it separately or anything, but they do sell it in the full size. I know that, obviously. And I actually got it with the Vice 2, which I mentioned. This was actually a gift for me, again, from my mom. She actually picked both these palettes up at the same time. I absolutely love this palette because I love that the packaging is very sleek and compact. I don't like overly bulky packaging. I just don't like the storage of it. So I really do like this packaging, and it's super pretty, draws you in, and the colors are amazing. I wasn't sure about this for myself, like if I was going to go to Sephora and pick it up myself. I really wasn't sure about it because it has a lot more jewel tones, more dark tones, smoky colors, and I wasn't sure just because for me, I find that I don't like that really dark smoky eye because my eyes aren't like very big, so a lot of smoky colors can really close them off. But honestly, it's an amazing palette, and you have to try it out honestly to really understand why it's an amazing and very unique palette. I know that it was just temporary, it was limited edition, but if you can still get your hands on it, I would really recommend it. It's an amazing palette, and I've been using it constantly. It does come with the double-ended brush with a concealer brush, or sorry, not concealer brush, crease brush, and then it comes with a like standard flat shader brush on the other end. I absolutely love that palette. I've been using it constantly, like I said, and would really recommend it again if you can get your hands on it. So the next palettes are actually from BH Cosmetics. I absolutely love their palettes, so don't think that I got these for free because I actually did buy them for myself, and I can't remember if I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but they were having they called it their Black Friday 2 sale, so I actually got all of these palettes for $81, $82, and I got free shipping because I spent over $50, so it was really good pricing, and I just thought that it would be a really good time to buy since I was looking forward to getting a few more of their palettes since they actually recently came out with a bunch of new ones. So I'm gonna get started with the first three that are actually like, I guess they were supposed to be like a collection, and they are the BH San Francisco palette, the BH Malibu palette, and then the BH Hollywood palette. So I'm gonna get started with the San Francisco palette because that's the one I actually have on my eyes right now, along with one of the other palettes that I'll get to in a minute. So this palette is cardboard packaging, but it's actually very sturdy and thick. It's not something that's gonna break really easily. It opens up like this. And you get 8 shadows on each side, so a total of 16. This one has more of like the earthy tone colors. It does come with a mix of matte and shimmer finishes, so I absolutely love that. I don't like when palettes come with only one finish, just because I always end up having to use a different palette to mix in with it, just to get a very like dimensional effect and then not have shimmer all over. So I absolutely love the way that that comes. It comes with a mirror on top. It opens up like this again. It's all magnetized, so it's not gonna just fall open and like get crushed everywhere if you store this or travel with this. And then it comes with, actually let me hold it this way, it comes with 4 cheek colors. It comes with 2 blushes on top, a highlighter, and then a bronzer, and they are actually really good quality cheek products. They're super pigmented, and I actually really like these. Now the shadows aren't the biggest shadows in the world, but honestly with the amount of eyeshadows I have, I don't need them to be huge, but it is a good palette if you were looking to travel. So I would recommend these if you were traveling and you just needed a eyeshadow and cheek palette that you could just throw in your bag and not have to worry. Then the next one is the BH Malibu palette, and it looks like this. Again, it opens the same way. This one has brighter colors, but they're still very wearable colors because they're all more like jewel tones. They're blues, and I really do think that blue is one of the eyeshadows. Blue and purple are the eyeshadows that you can pull off no matter what skin color you have, no matter what eye color you have, just because I feel like they're the most wearable out of the bright colors. It does have very pretty bright colors, like it has a green and a yellow, so they do have more pops of color in it than the San Francisco palette, but it does still have your browns in it as well. Again, it comes with a very pretty packaging, and then it opens up again the same way with the 4 cheek colors. Now this one has more of, I would say, for me, I feel like these two would almost still be highlight colors because this doesn't seem dark enough to be a bronzer, in my opinion, at least for somebody my skin tone or darker. And then it does still come with 2 blushes. I like that it seems it comes with 1 shimmery blush and then 1 matte blush. So I really do like that they added that in because that's an amazing thing to have to really switch up your finishes on your cheeks, because sometimes with certain looks you really don't want a bright shimmery cheek. You really want to tone it down with something more matte. So I was actually really excited to find that they do have different finished blushes in there, because that is a good thing to have as well in your collection. The next one again is the Hollywood palette. Now let me just make sure none of these fall over. One moment. Okay, now this one is actually the brightest of all 3 palettes. It comes in this packaging. I love the purple. It almost reminds me of like the Vice 2 colors. And then if you open it, see if I can get it open, it has the brightest of all of the 3 palettes. It has a lot of bright reds and pinks, and then it has some blues and greens and yellows on this side. I absolutely love this one. I think I will get the most use out of this one just because I love the brighter colors. And then again, it comes with the blushes and bronzer and highlighter. Now the bronzer on this almost seems to have a very orangey tone to it, so it might actually come up more of a blush instead of a bronzer, but you may be able to use it if you have a certain skin tone. I'm not sure. It really depends. I have to swatch it to really test it out. But this actually I feel comes with the 2 blushes are actually shimmery. One is more satin and then one has the shimmer, but I find that I feel with the overall look of the palette they do go well. And I do love the packaging again. It comes with a matte and a shimmery black, so that's really nice to have. And then again, all of the finishes of the eyeshadows are mixed, so you do get matte and shimmers in that as well. So now I will move on to the next palettes. These ones I've actually, once I saw them come out, I really was excited to try them out because I love the packaging on them. Plus I feel like in theory, like the colors in them are just amazing. So I'm going to start off with the first one that I actually saw X Sparkage do a video on, and I was so excited to try it out because she said she absolutely loves them, and I've had the same experience as her with like the Bake eyeshadow, so I was really excited to try out a palette that had really good quality baked eyeshadows for such an inexpensive price. And this is the Galaxy Chic palette, or Galaxy Chic, I don't know how you would pronounce that, but this is a palette. And then it comes with 18 eyeshadows, super pretty. They're all baked, they're all like shimmery finish, obviously, because they are baked shadows. I do really like this, and this is actually the other palette that I have on my eyes right now. It's more so on my lid, and I really do love these. They're super buttery, which I didn't expect, because a lot of the baked shadows that I had aren't pigmented and are kind of chunky. So I was super excited when I tried this, and they actually were pretty buttery and they had really good pigmentation. So I would really recommend this palette if you wanted to try out baked shadows and you haven't before, because that is actually one of the better quality ones that I've actually tried. And now the next palette is one that I saw from Time the Infamous. Yes, a theme. I've seen these so many times on YouTube before. This is the Take Me to Brazil palette. And it's super pretty packaging, and I love that it's pretty packaging, but it's still sleek. There's nothing sticking out. It's not super bulky, but it is still cute, and it is still pretty to look at. It comes with a mirror, like a lot of their palettes do, and it comes with all of these pretty colors. Like Time the Infamous said, it does come with your staple colors in a bigger pan, which I actually do like, and I like that they thought of that, because again, you will be using all of these colors, but you do want to tone it down and set it off with the, you know, just standard white and black that you would probably add in anyway, even if they didn't give that. So I really do like that they put thought into that, and they really gave you more of those two shadows, because those are probably going to be the shadows that you use most often. But they are pretty. They have a variety of finishes, so unlike the baked shadows, it does come with some mattes and some shimmers. I do really like this because I love bright colors, and I like that it has a lot of like neon colors in it as well. So I was super excited for this, and that was actually one of the palettes that I was most excited for. And then the next one was the Eyes on the 60s palette. I saw this and I can't remember her name right now, but if I can remember, I'll try to put it in an annotation right here. But she did a video about this palette. She actually did two looks with it, one that was more pink and then one that was more of like a blue tone, like neutral color. I wanted to try this out just because it seemed like it had a lot of pretty colors. It seems very wearable. The only thing I don't like about the packaging is this like flap thing, because it does actually have a hole in the top. I kind of wish they just like glued down one of the films to the top so that you didn't have to worry about this, because I feel like this might fall off eventually and then you'll be left with the hole right there, which could ruin your shadows. Other than that, I absolutely love the colors. I do really like it. I think that it is a good palette if you want to branch out in bright colors, but it does still have your neutrals right here. So it is really good, and it has a lot of more like pastel toned down bright eyeshadows. So I do think that this would be a palette for you if you're just branching out into it. The next couple palettes, I actually kept them in their boxes because, again, I just got it today and I felt like I wanted to show you guys how they come packaged. This one is the 28 color palette Smoky Eyes edition, and I do have the Smoky palette from Coastal Scents, which is completely different than this, and I was actually looking forward to this just to see the colors in it. I haven't really heard much about this palette, so I really want to try it out for myself. And it comes with a clear container on top with a glossy packaging on the back, and it just tells you, it actually has, it tells you actually how to apply some of the colors. It has the ingredient list, the expiration date, and everything like that. Absolutely beautiful. Again, it comes with 28 shadows. So let me actually just open this up so you can really get a closer look. So this is all of the colors. It comes with the bigger size pans. I really do like this palette. Again, it's more smoky colors, so I'm not sure if I'll get a lot of use out of this, but it does seem like a very pretty palette, especially for more of like the jewel tone greens and blues. So I really do like this and was really excited to try this out, because I actually did see Dulce Candy 87 use this, but she only did this with one tutorial, so I really didn't get to see all of the colors being used, so I wanted to try it out again for myself. The next one is a palette that I actually just saw on the website as I was going through, and I was just excited to try it out because I love eyeshadow palettes. I feel you can never get enough, and this is the Special Occasion palette by BH Cosmetics, and it has 39 color eyeshadow blush palette, so it does come with blushes as well. And it comes with a gold lettering. I love the packaging on this one. It just seems so fancy, even though it's so sleek and like classic. I just love that it comes with like the gold, like, I don't know, cursive lettering. It does come with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It comes with 30 eyeshadows, and then it comes with 9 blushes. So it does come with 39 colors, but 30 eyeshadows, 9 blushes. The blushes actually are really nice because it does have one that's more of like a highlight. It does have a variety of finishes. The eyeshadows are super pretty. They're more toned down, like earthy jewel tone colors. So I do think that this would be good for more of like that going out, really like night out on the town kind of looks. I really do like it. I'm more of like the bright color girl, so it really would be nice to see how this works out for me. And I really do think that this would be a good all-around palette, again, for traveling. If you're going on a long trip, just because you have more of a variety of finishes for the blushes and then also for the eyeshadows. So I really do like this and would really recommend this because I don't know how long they're going to keep this. I don't know if it's limited edition or what. I know a lot of the palettes they say were limited edition, they actually kept and are part of their permanent line. So I don't know if that's going to happen with this one. So I would check that out now if you can, just because I'm not sure how long that will be there. The next one is actually one that I've seen a lot and I really have been wanting to try this out since it came out like a year or two ago, probably like a year ago. This is the BH Day and Night palette, and I've seen so many people. I've seen, I believe it's like Nitra B, and then Time the Infamous, and a whole bunch of other YouTubers use this palette. And it comes with, as you can see, all of these pretty colors. It comes with 60 eyeshadows. There's like a lot of shadows here that are more like daytime appropriate. They're more pastel colors, but they are still brighter colors, which I love because honestly, you can wear bright colors, dark colors, any colors for the day or night. You just got to know how to tone it down and like spice it up for like the nighttime. So you can really see definite where they divided the night colors from the day colors. I really do like it. I love the colors in it. There's bright colors, but they also again have your more jewel tone neutrals, so I really do like it and I'm excited to try it out. Again, the eyeshadows are smaller than I thought they would be. They are about the size of the 88 palettes, but again, that doesn't really bother me. I just know a lot of people when they first get the palette, they're like, oh, that's a lot smaller than I expected. But honestly, these are so pigmented, you won't go through it that quick at all because you only need the smallest amount. And then the last palette that I got and the last product that I have to show you is actually one I originally wanted to get, the It's Judy Time palette, but for what the price was, it just didn't seem worth it for those colors because they seem like pretty standard everyday colors that I could find somewhere else, and then for like $19 it just didn't seem worth it. So I actually instead got the 10 color blush palette, and I was excited to try this because I wanted to try one of their blush or like face palettes again because I only have the contour and blush one from Coastal Scents, and I love it, but I wanted more blushes because I find that blush is a product that I use every day, but I don't have a lot of variety of, at least not one that I use all the time. So I was really looking forward to try this out because I felt like it would really add to my collection. And this, again, is the 10 color professional blush palette. I believe they do have another version. It's like the Glamour or Glamma Flush, something like that palette, which I believe has like brighter colors. But this is beautiful. On the actual website, it's hard to tell whether or not these are going to be very toned down and like muted colors or not, but they are actually a lot brighter than I thought they would be. The pans are a pretty good size. I think that there's a lot of good blushes in there. There's none that are like super frosty, so if you are a fan of like frosty blushes, this is not the palette for you. It has like a light satin to it. I believe like 2 or 3 of them have like a light satin, but the rest are pretty much matte. I really do think that these are really good colors because you can mix them up, so they do have enough that even if one color doesn't work for you, you can always mix it in with another to get one that will really suit your skin tone the best. So I do really like this and I'm excited to try it out because again, I don't have a lot of their like face palettes. I have mostly their eye palettes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. Again, if you want to see a tutorial for this look, just stay tuned for the end and I will show you guys a tutorial for that. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed and I will see you guys in my next one. Stay tuned. Okay, so I wanted to do a quick tutorial showing you guys some of the products that I recently got. So I'm taking the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer, and this is the one that comes with the Naked 3 palette, and I'm just going to run this all over my lid. Then I'm just going to take a bit of the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Black Bean, and I'm going to run that on my lid and blend it out. Once I have that, I'm going into the Galaxy Chic palette by BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to first take the shade Mercury, then I'm going to take the shade Mars, and then I'm going to take the shade up here in the corner, Cosmic. So I'm going to first start off with Mercury and apply this to the center of my lid. just packing this color on. And then I'm going to take this shade, Mars, and I'm going to apply this to the outer third. And then once I have all of that blended together on my lid, I'm going to take the shade Cosmic on the other side of that brush and apply this to the inner third just to really brighten this up. And then, I'm sorry if this is like super rushed. I just want to get this tutorial pretty much just placed because I don't want it to be super long. It's just showing you guys the new products. I'm going to take the shade, it's either Aphrodite or Aphrodite. I don't know how you would pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced both ways. But I'm just going to take that to really deepen up this outer corner just to make it a little bit more of a brighter red because I feel like it looked a little bit too muddy for my liking. And then once I have that, since all of this is shimmer, I'm going to go into the BH San Francisco palette, which looks like this. And I'm actually going to be taking a couple colors from this. I'm first going to take this plummy purple color right here and then a bit of this light brown right here. So first I'm going to take that plummy purple and I'm just going to run this right in my crease to blend out all of the lid colors. And then you can take that light brown once you have this to kind of transition from this darker plummy purple up to a lighter color. So I'm going to take a bit of that dark brown or medium brown on the tip and I'm just going to apply this above my crease. Now I think that this is a dupe for MAC Soft Brown, so if you don't have that, this is a really good color to have because it just blends out all of your shadows perfectly. And then I'm going to take a bit of this medium, or not medium, this matte black, and I'm just going to take this onto the tip and run this in my crease. Now I'm just going to pick up this light shimmery purple color onto a flat shader brush, and this is going to be my highlight color. Going back with that Mars shade and then again with the Aphrodite shade, I'm going to just pick those two colors up onto my flat shader brush and run these along my lower lash line. And then also run a bit of that matte black. To finish up this look, I actually just went ahead and already applied a line of black liner to my upper lash line with some mascara, and then I just took my Inglot gel liner in number 79 and applied that into my waterline. Now I'm going to go back into the San Francisco palette, and I'm not going to apply a bunch of products to my cheeks today. I'm actually just going to apply this blush color right here, which is more of like a darker rosy blush. And I'm taking this on a Sephora Professional number 59. And that's it for this tutorial, along with a little haul of what I got for Christmas. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know the tutorial was pretty rushed. I just wanted to show you guys just an idea of what some of these shadows really look like because I absolutely love BH Cosmetics. I have so many of their palettes already and I just wanted to share with you guys how good they really are. So I hope you guys enjoyed again and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye everybody.